Stop everything you're doing and listen up, because this mistake could cost you the connection of a lifetime. Everything you thought you knew about inviting intimacy is probably wrong. But don't worry, I'm about to share the psychological trick that will change your approach forever. Trust me, once you get this down, you'll never struggle with these moments again. Let's get into it. Alright, let's cut straight to the chase. We all know that moment you're vibing with someone, the conversation is going well, the chemistry is there, and you're thinking, how do I take this to the next level? Whether you're trying to get closer to a longtime crush or you're on a first date that's going better than expected, this moment can be nerve-wracking. You want to express your interest in something more intimate, but you're not sure how to say it without coming off as too forward, awkward, or worse, creepy. This is where most people mess up. They either freeze and say nothing, missing the opportunity entirely, or they fumble with words, making things uncomfortable. But what if I told you that there's a way to handle this that's not only natural, but also incredibly effective? No more awkward silences or missed chances, just a smooth, confident approach that works. Step 1. Build a foundation with genuine conversation. Let's start at the beginning. Before you even think about making that move, you need to lay a solid foundation. Think about it. Would you build a house on shaky ground? Of course not. The same goes for conversations that lead to intimacy. The key is to start with genuine, engaging dialogue. You can't just jump into intimacy without first creating a connection. So focus on the conversation itself. Make her laugh, share stories, talk about interests, passions, dreams, things that create a bond. This isn't about small talk, it's about making her feel comfortable, understood, and valued. Now, here's where people often go wrong. They either keep things too surface level or they get too deep too fast. You need a balance. Keep it light and fun, but don't be afraid to sprinkle in some deeper questions or topics. This keeps the conversation dynamic and shows that you're genuinely interested in who she is, not just what she looks like. Remember, the goal is to create an atmosphere of trust and comfort. When she feels safe and respected, she's more likely to open up and engage on a deeper level. Step 2. Master the art of subtlety. Now that you've got a solid conversation going, it's time to shift gears. This is where subtlety comes into play. Intimacy isn't something you demand, it's something you invite. And how do you do that? With subtle hints and suggestions that spark her curiosity and interest. Here's a golden rule: less is more. You don't need to be explicit or direct right off the bat. Instead, think of it as planting seeds. Let's say you're hanging out at a cafe or taking a walk together. Instead of saying, hey, do you want to come over to my place, which can feel abrupt, try something like, I've got this incredible wine at home that I think you'd love. How about we continue this conversation over a glass? You're making a suggestion that's both casual and inviting, but without any pressure. The key is to create a scenario where the next step feels natural and exciting, not forced. Another example, if you're watching a movie together, instead of saying, do you want to stay over? You could say, this movie is great, but I have an even better one at home that I think you'd enjoy. It's the art of suggestion. You're not pushing her into anything, just opening the door for her to walk through if she wants to. Step 3. Leverage confidence without crossing into arrogance. Let's talk confidence. Everyone says confidence is key, and they're right, but there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. Confidence is attractive because it shows that you're comfortable in your own skin and sure of what you want. Arrogance, on the other hand, is a turn-off because it feels pushy and self-centered. So how do you strike the right balance? First, recognize that confidence isn't about being the loudest or most dominant person in the room. It's about being self-assured and relaxed. It's in your body language, your tone of voice, and the way you carry yourself. When you're confident, you make the other person feel at ease because they can sense that you're not trying to prove anything, you're just being yourself. For instance, instead of nervously dancing around your intentions, you can be direct in a respectful way. Something like, I really enjoy spending time with you and I'd love to see where this goes. How about we continue this at my place? Works because it's straightforward without being aggressive. You're expressing what you want, but you're also giving her the space to agree or decline without feeling pressured. Remember, confidence is also about being okay with whatever response you get. If she's into it, great. If not, that's fine too. The point is to show that you're comfortable either way, which ironically makes it more likely that she'll respond positively. Step 4. Read the room and respond appropriately. Here's a critical step that most people overlook: reading the room. Body language is everything when it comes to inviting intimacy. And you might have the best intentions and the smoothest lines, but if you're not picking up on her nonverbal cues, you're setting yourself up for failure. So what should you be looking for? Start with the basics. Is she maintaining eye contact, leaning in, or mirroring your movements? These are positive signs that she's engaged and comfortable. On the flip side, if she's crossing her arms, looking away, or taking a step back, these are signals that she might be feeling uneasy or uninterested. The trick is to adjust your approach based on what you observe. If she's giving off positive vibes, you can continue with your subtle invitations. But if you sense hesitation, it's time to switch gears. Maybe the moment isn't right, or maybe she just needs more time to feel comfortable. Either way, respect her space and don't push it. There's nothing more attractive than a person who can read the room and respond accordingly. It shows emotional intelligence and maturity, two qualities that are incredibly appealing. Step 5. Embrace authenticity. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked: authenticity. In a world where everyone is trying to impress, being genuine is a breath of fresh air. Here's the thing people can sense when you're being fake, and nothing kills attraction faster than insincerity. So drop the act. You don't need to be someone you're not just to get closer to her. Authenticity is about being true to who you are, even if that means being a little vulnerable. Maybe you're nervous. Maybe you're not sure how to make the next move. That's okay. Embrace it. Instead of trying to cover it up with false bravado, acknowledge it in a way that's lighthearted and honest. Something like, "I'm not great at this whole flirting thing, but I really enjoy spending time with you," can be incredibly disarming. It shows that you're human, and that's way more relatable than trying to be perfect. Being authentic also means being honest about your intentions. If you're looking for a genuine connection, let that be known. If you're just having fun, be clear about that too. The point is to be upfront so that both of you are on the same page. This level of honesty not only builds trust, but also sets the tone for whatever comes next. Step 6. Create the perfect environment. Setting the right environment is crucial when it comes to intimacy. Think of it as setting the stage for a play. The better the setup, the smoother the performance. So what does the perfect environment look like? It's a space where both of you feel comfortable, relaxed, and free to express yourselves. If you're planning to invite her over, make sure your space is clean, cozy, and inviting. You don't need to go overboard, but a little effort goes a long way. Maybe light a candle, play some soft music, or prepare a drink that you know she'll like. The goal is to create a vibe that feels welcoming and warm, where conversation can flow naturally without distractions. But it's not just about the physical environment, it's also about the emotional atmosphere. Make sure the conversation is light, engaging, and positive. Avoid heavy topics or anything that might create tension. This is supposed to be a fun, relaxed time where both of you can enjoy each other's company. If she feels at ease, she's more likely to open up and let the moment unfold naturally. Step 7. Emotional intimacy is key. Here's the thing: most people miss intimacy isn't just physical, it's emotional too. In fact, emotional intimacy often leads to a deeper and more meaningful physical connection. So how do you build that emotional bond? By being open, honest, and willing to share a bit of yourself. Talk about your experiences, your fears, your dreams. Ask her about hers. These conversations create a sense of closeness that goes beyond just attraction. When you share your thoughts and feelings, it invites her to do the same, which can lead to a connection that's much more powerful than just a physical one. This doesn't mean you need to dive into heavy topics right away, but don't be afraid to show a bit of vulnerability. Maybe share a story about a time you felt uncertain, or talk about something you're passionate about. The point is to create a dialogue that goes beyond the superficial, where both of you can connect on a deeper level. Step 8. Know when to step back. Finally, one of the most important things to remember is knowing when to step back. Not every invitation for intimacy will be accepted, and that's okay. What's important is how you handle it. If she's not interested, don't take it personally. Respect her decision and move on gracefully. There is no need to press the issue or make things awkward. Sometimes the timing just isn't right, and that's perfectly fine. In fact, handling rejection with grace can actually work in your favor. It shows that you're mature, understanding, and respectful of her boundaries, qualities that are incredibly attractive. So if things don't go as planned, take it in stride. There will always be other opportunities, and the way you handle this one could set things for something better down the line. So there you have it, a step-by-step guide to inviting intimacy with confidence, respect, and authenticity. Remember, the key isn't to rush or force anything. It's about creating a natural progression where both of you feel comfortable and connected. Whether you're subtle, direct, or somewhere in between, the most important thing is to be genuine and considerate. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your go-to strategy when it comes to creating intimate connections? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more tips, and share it with someone who could use these insights. Until next time, keep exploring the art of connection and enjoy every step of the journey.